Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to take a quick look at Vechain, currently on the monthly time frame, and ticker for this is VET. Couple things before I get into the analysis though. First, if you want a place to trade Vechain and pretty much any of the other coins that I talk about here on this channel, I put a link to 3 different exchanges in both the pinned comment and the description. The first two is Bitget and OKX. They're both reputable exchanges and they're offering you guys sign up bonuses. But with those two exchanges, keep in mind that you will have to submit KYC if you want to use them. Alternatively, if you didn't want to do that, there's one called BingX. They will not require you to submit any of your personal information, and they're offering you guys $150, 150 USDT for a sign up as long as you meet like a very minimum criteria. So click the link to see exactly what you have to do to get the 150. But yeah, it's pretty manageable. Also, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release new videos, click subscribe, click the bell, and then click on all. If you click away without doing that, you may have a hard time finding this channel again in the future, just because it's relatively new. There's only slightly over 1,000 subscribers right now, and because of that, I'm not really prioritizing the search algorithm. Okay, so what I want to show you here on VET, normally I'll start on a weekly time frame, but I think this is pretty noteworthy here, right? So as you can see here, we had a falling wedge, which is typically a bullish pattern. We broke out of it, and what we've done now is we've come back down to retest the base. And these being monthly candles, I'm going to zoom in. You see here we have this horizontal level of support based on the candle body lows right here. But when we came down to retest, this level was held on the monthly time frame. You see, candle bodies, like the price would come down and trade below it, but by the time the monthly candle closed, buyers stepped in to defend this horizontal level of support 2 months in a row right here. So this is a very positive sign, and I think just based on what I'm seeing, I think we have seen the bottom on VeChain. I think this is just the retest since the breakout, and I think we're probably going to go up from here. And when I say go up, I don't necessarily mean on a short term. Pullbacks are, of course, in the cards, but I just mean that, yeah, we have likely seen the bottom on this asset. Okay, so I'm going to change the chart now. I'm going to take it over here, and there's a few other major levels that I want to show you. So we have this upsloping level of support. You see it was resistance here and here. We broke above it. We came down to retest it as a support. And once we bounced off of this level, that triggered the big bull run. And you see as the price came down, we bounced off of it as a support right here and again right here. So a lot of significance on this basically trend line that's slightly upsloping, right? So if you want to trade VeChain, I highly recommend that you draw this on your chart. So just take the trend line, connect it from the tops here, and yeah, just basically replicate what you're seeing on my chart. Okay, another very important line I would draw on my chart if I wanted to trade this. Just take a horizontal trend line, paste it at the top of these two candle bodies here, and you'll see that it was resistance right here. When we came down to it, it was support for, I mean, a very long time. This is months because each one of these candles represents 1 week of trading. But you see this level was holding for quite a while. Broke below it when we came back above it. Again, it was support. So now that we are below it, anticipate that this level is going to be a resistance. Now, I'm going to change the time frame down to the daily to give you a better look at the levels that I have marked here, right? So right now we're kind of like in no man's land here. We've broken above this level, right, which is very positive. However, on the short term, just even the daily and smaller time frames, I wouldn't look to enter a trade right here because when I enter a trade, I need a basically a backstop to buy against, so I can have a stop loss. Like I can place my stop loss either above or below the backstop and minimize my risk. So right now, based on where the price is, I don't really have that. The nearest level of support for me would probably be this downsloping level of what was resistance. We broke out of it. If the price comes down, I could theoretically buy against this, place my stop loss below. However, I don't think I'm doing that. What I will most likely do is if the price comes up here and start showing signs of weakness, I could enter the trade, place my stop above this major significant level that I just mentioned to you, and then I could target this lower range. However, given the fact that we have broken out of a falling wedge, and as I just showed you, put in what's likely to be a double bottom reversal pattern, shorting gets a little bit more risky, right? So any shorts that I take at these major levels of resistance, I'm going to have very tight stop losses and very conservative price targets, okay? All right, so I want to show you just right here. I've drawn this. I just took like the rectangle shape tool and I drew this as a range. So yeah, I recommend that you probably draw this on your chart too if the price comes up. Look for signs of weakness, and yeah, just trade based off that. Now, where I get a lot more excited about Vechain, here I'm going to take this out to the weekly once again. If we start closing weekly candle bodies above this horizontal line at around 0.02177, so candle bodies on a weekly time frame closing above here, that's when I get pretty excited about Vechain, right? Until we do that, we're just still trading within this range. Nothing to get too excited about just yet, right? But the fact that we have put in that monthly double bottom and the buyers basically defended the level is a very positive sign. However, until we start closing, as I mentioned, candle bodies on a weekly time frame above slightly over 2 cents here, this horizontal line, I'm not going to be too enthusiastic about Vechain in the near term. However, once we start doing that, then I will personally enter a trade. Of course, I'm already holding Vechain offline on my ledger. But just in terms of like shorter term swing trades, weekly candle body close above here, I enter along, and what I would do is place my stop loss below here. So I'm going to map that out for you just so you can see what that potential trade would look like. Okay, so let me take my long position tool here. So theoretically, if I was able to enter the trade right here, I would place my take profit conservatively would be right here. And my stop loss in this example would be below, not only below this horizontal line here, but below this basically current level of resistance. If we break above that, I would anticipate a resistance to support flip. So I would place my stop loss below there. So right about here. On this particular trade setup, I would get a 1 to 3.68 risk reward ratio. If the trade plays out in my favor, I would get almost 42%, and I would have to risk slightly over 11% for that trade. Of course, I could be a little bit more conservative with my stop loss and place it below this level right here, this main horizontal level that I mentioned, reducing my risk and increasing my R&R. So that would give me a risk reward ratio of 1 to 6. I would risk just under 7% again to get almost 42%. Now, if I was able to enter this trade, and if the price were basically going in my direction to the upside, what I would likely do is I would just gradually trail my stop loss up, right? So I would click and drag my stop loss higher and higher as the price moved up. So if the price did come up to this range and turn around, I would, if I get stopped out, I'm going to be in profit, right? Now, ideally, the main target would obviously be right up here. Okay, so if the price is able to work its way up and at some point it gets to this next level horizontal resistance at around just under 4 cents, so 0.03896, we're going to have some major confluence in this range, particularly right here where you see the cursor, because if I zoom out, you'll see we have this down sloping level of resistance with 2 touches right now. So if the price comes up here, not only will we have this horizontal level of resistance based on the low of these 2 candle bodies, and you see when we came back down to it, we wicked off of it. A lot of buyers came in right here to defend the level, and then we shot up. But yeah, now that the price is below it, anticipate that this is going to be a major level of resistance as well. And of course, it's going to be even stronger if we have the confluence of this downsloping level of resistance, if it comes to this point where these 2 lines converge, right? At that point, I would likely enter a short position with a stop loss above here, and I'd probably target the top of these candle bodies here. So that would give me another pretty good trade setup, pretty good R&R off that short. But for right now, the trade that I'm personally going to look for would only be if we get a weekly candle body close above this 0.02178 level, and then I would look to long basically up to this range right here. Of course, my first take profit area would be around this cluster right here, these candles, okay, where we have the confluence, where we have this resistance level coinciding with right here. So we have basically a lot of history where this particular level served as a resistance. So as I mentioned, right here would be my take profit, slightly over 40% gain, but I will trail my stop loss up to this range if it's possible. All right, guys, so I think that pretty much sums up what I wanted to show you on Vechain. The main thing is the levels that I pointed out here. I gave you a couple trade setups that you can watch out for. And of course, just here on the monthly time frame, this is just the big news right here. Falling wedge breakout and basically a double bottom that was respected. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. Take care. And once again, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release new content, click subscribe, click the bell, click on all, and check out the links in both the pinned comment and the description if you want to sign up to some exchanges and get some bonuses. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Bye.